is a passion? Now, by the dictionary's terms, a passion is a barely controllable emotion one develops over someone or something. Now, if we put the definition of the dictionary into the perspective of our lives, we find millions of passions in our day-to-day lives. I really love to eat pizza, but does that mean I'm passionate about pizza? I'm not. But that's an interesting fragment of humanity, that all of us tend to develop a passion, and we find our own unique ways to define this passion. And I personally think that's very beautiful. But what about those of us who don't develop a passion in life? Are we the black sheep of society? Or are we worthless? Are we insignificant? Or we don't contribute to society at all? As a matter of fact, we are not. Now, if we take a detour down memory lane for back to my boyhood days, I can recall being the only second grader in class who didn't have a passion. When our class teacher told us to put up a sheet describing ourselves on the board and describing all the passions we have, I was clueless. And I got so scared because by the time everybody had pinned their sheets up, I felt cursed. I thought that I was bound to be worthless and not contribute to society because I didn't have a passion. But then I thought that, okay, instead of sitting here and moaning, it's time for me to go out there and search for a passion. Now, I actually had two choices. One was to go and search for a passion, or one was just to be as is. Would you take a guess which option did I go? Many people think that I would have gone out and searched for a passion, but instead of searching for a passion, I decided to be myself. Because I personally think that having a passion in life is not as important as being a good human. Now, when I was in the 4th grade, I had two hobbies. One was to travel and one was to write. And I thought that, okay, if following a passion, basing a career around it is what leads to success in life, then I should combine my two favorite things, traveling and writing, and become a travel journalist. Now, you would expect when I combine the two, I'd get a dream job, something that I'd excel at. But after researching and talking to other people, I found that the job of a travel journalist is very hectic. Now let's take the 4 features of traveling and reading and traveling and writing, which I like. For me, traveling is something which I like. It's a hobby, and traveling is also an escape from reality. The sheer ride itself to the destination is what makes traveling so fun. And writing for me is something which I really enjoy, something which I find fun, something which I can escape from reality, something which is an escape from reality for me. And personally, when I combine traveling and writing, it's something which I find very fun. But when I put this into the context of other things in life, is that really something which I can excel at or base a career around of? Traveling is something which I like, but so are TV shows. But do I see myself, do I find myself having a career based on watching TV shows every day? I can't. Traveling is also something which gives me a lot of fun. But then again, there are so many things in life that give me fun. Like, I like to play badminton, and I also like to watch Netflix. But again, I really can't base my career around badminton. Maybe I can, but it's too much of a risk which I'm not willing to take. Writing, I'm good at writing, but just because I'm good at something doesn't mean you should go for it. I'm good at making Maggi for myself, but do I see myself in the future making Maggi for everyone? I don't. And last but not least, as I mentioned before, traveling and writing are escapes from reality for me. But similarly, I also have another escape from reality, which is going on long walks and listening to music. Do I find myself having a career being a professional marathoner? I don't. So that just goes to tell you that no matter how good you are at something or how much you like something, you cannot base your career around it. By the time I was in the 4th grade, I had told everybody that I wanted to be a traveling journalist. But I thought more. And at the end of the year, when the teacher told us to pin up our passions on the board, in a class filled with people who said they wanted to be architects, models, actors, and engineers, and doctors, and astronauts. I was the only one who said I wanted to be a successful businessman when I grow up. Why did I say so? Well, frankly, the harsh truth of the world is that money does rule the world, and to me, money would be a priority. So I thought of ways in which I can find money. So I researched, and I thought I should become a businessman. And if I work really hard towards my goal of becoming a businessman, I would also want to be a successful business mogul who everybody would know at one point of life. Everybody found this quite weird, that in a class filled with everybody with such imagination minds being models, dancers, and actors and whatnot, I was one who wanted to take a very mundane and serious job of being a business mogul. But in the end, it is money that runs the world, and I would like to work in such a way that I can follow my hobbies of traveling and of writing, while also finding a way to get money and maintaining a livelihood. So in the end, what advice would I like to impart? Don't follow your passion, or at least take the advice, the famous saying of following your passion with a grain of salt, as it's not the most viable and practical way of living. But in fact, cultivate your passion. Imagine loving something so much at one point of life and developing an intense hatred for it later. It's very sad. So in the end, find ways in which you can live a successful life, but in the end also find a way in which you can develop your passion and cultivate it instead of following it, because then you're just going to get frustrated in the end. Imagine me, I love pizzas now. Do I consider pizzas to be a passion? If I do consider them to be a passion, just imagine me 50 years later and I'll be stuck in a pizzeria making at least 100, 200 pizzas in one day. It would bore me. And in the end, I know that if I can become a businessman, a successful businessman at once, I find a way to earn money and then eat pizzas on the weekend. Now that's what you call living life. And that's how I define passions. How do you define yours? Thanks.